Hi there, I'm Demitri with the Demitri Team, and we are a team of realtors that work in Florida. We go all the way from Orlando down to Miami. We do encompass more Florida than just that particular area, but that's kind of our core group of where we are. Um, so I think you're watching this video because we've reached out in some fashion about selling your house. You have a house you'd like to sell, and so here I would like to talk to you about how we're going to get that job done, why you should choose us. I could give you a fancy slide deck. Every broker does that. Most brokerages have, this fancy, very high gloss stuff that's, designed to sell you on the idea of, how professional, how great, how somebody is. But let me tell you what the core things to look at in, are you going to work with somebody to sell your house? Number one, are they a listing agent? If they're a listing agent, you don't want them. And why don't you want a listing agent? It sounds straight. Hey, I want to sell my house. I would go to a listing agent. Nope. You don't want a listing agent, because what a listing agent does is put your house on MLS and sits there and waits for other agents, buyer's agents, to actually find the buyer and get it done. We are not just a listing agent, we're a buyer's agent. We list homes to get them sold. Why do we list them? Well, because we need homes for our buyers. And we do a lot for our buyers. So first thing you got to ask somebody, are you just a listing agent, or do you actually work with buyers if that's your primary piece? Because that's why we are coming to you, because we have buyers who are looking for homes that just can't find what they want. There are homes on the market. Most of them are picked over. They're not in great shape. People are, are leaving them out. So that's number one. You want a buyer's agent. Next thing is you want somebody that's focused on selling your house. And what do I mean by focused on selling your house? I mean somebody that actually is going to be marketing your house, not just to the local MLS, not just to the local realtors, but they actually have a complete social media and marketing campaign that is designed to not just go out and put it out there, but actually have an audience, people that they've talked to over the last 2-3 years. So for instance, we have 3,000 plus buyers that we have, they're active buyers. These are people that said, hey, you put a property in front of us that we like, we're ready to move. We've got the ability. In fact, most of those we've actually had them get pre-approved. They've already talked to a lender, but they have the ability and the willingness to be able to do that. And the other piece is that those buyers most of the time are not here locally. A lot of those buyers are sitting in the Northeast. They're sitting in the Midwest. Some of them are in California and Texas, Tennessee. Those are kind of places where most of the people that are moving to Florida are coming from, and they are coming here at, typically at least 1,000 a month, if not actually, I got to go back and look. I think it was 1,000 a day. That just seems ridiculous, doesn't it? To think that in Florida there's 1,000 people a day moving into our state. But in any case, we are focused on putting your house and others that we have listed in front of those people. We do it through both our social media marketing and through our direct marketing, meaning that we've got a very large CRM. We probably reached you through the CRM. You probably got, we probably called you. You probably got a voicemail. You probably got a text, maybe an email. All of those things working in concert to get in front of you so that we can say, hey, we want to work with you. So in our case, we want to work with you as a seller because we've got buyers. The next thing you need to know is that, like I've said earlier, we are not relying on the MLS. Yes, we're going to put it on the MLS, and yes, we're going to tell the agents that typically sell in that area, hey, we've got a great property. This is why you should consider it. You probably have buyers, and in fact, our MLSs have a thing called reverse marketing that allow us to take our house, it matches it to the database of users that other agents have, and said, hey, this looks like a fit that would fit that person, and here's the agent, and allows us to communicate to that agent and say, hey, go, here's your list of people that the MLS said did it, and we do that. It's a great tool. We want to use it. Not really had tremendous success out of it, but hey, you got to try absolutely everything, especially now in our market, to get your house sold. Here's the other thing. Let's talk about pricing. Whatever price you want, we're going to put it on there. I'm going to tell you the price you should put, but you're going to tell me the price you want. Hopefully you're going to line up with the price that I tell you. But here's the reality of selling your house. The reality is this: your house is only worth what somebody walks up today and offers you to buy. They put a contract in front of you. You may have your house listed for $600,000. They put a contract in front of you for $500,000. Well, that's what your house is worth today, because that's the only buyer. right? The idea is for us to find multiple buyers so that we put people in, because they're going to be a group of people that are going to give you very low offers. There's going to be a group of people that's going to give you somewhat acceptable offers, and then there's going to be a group of people that are going to give you okay offers or ones that you're going to accept. That group of people, our whole point is to find and expose your property to as many of those people as we can to get those offers in front of you. And the only way that is going to happen is if there is consistent and constant marketing that is done, and that is through the way that we do it, not just word of mouth or through local emails, but most importantly through the Facebook ads, through the LinkedIn ads, through the YouTube ads, through the videos that I put up, through the dedicated webpage that are built just for your property. Those are all things that attract buyers, and we put that out, and we spend significant money. In fact, I think probably a minimum is $1,000 that we're spending just on marketing on a house that we're out there. And in some cases, we're spending 5, 6, and more. Depends on the price of your house. You got $1 million house and you've given me a 3-month or 6-month listing, I'm going to spend significant money because I want to get that house sold. You got a $300,000 house and you've given it to me for 30 days, I'm probably going to spend $500 because I don't know that I'm going to get a contract in that 30 days, but I'm going to definitely put it in front of enough people that we're going to get some activity on your house. The next thing that we do is professional photography. I see so many listings and so many people trying to sell a house that, you know, they took their iPhone and they took the camera, or they got a friend who is a photographer, has a nice camera, but they really don't have an eye. They didn't really take the time to stage the property, you know, to move the clutter out of the way, to get things done so that they actually have great, presentable, engaging photos on the property. One other thing they don't do is they don't do 3Ds. They give you this, I call it the stupid motion 3D version, you know, the flat pictures that they zoom in and zoom out and they pan left and they pan right. So it kind of gives you this idea that it's motion and it's a video, but in reality, they're just flat pictures that they're creating motion on. No, we utilize either the 3D Zillow or the Matterport 3D. Matterport costs a little bit more than the 3D Zillow does. The one thing I do like about Matterport, especially if you've got a larger house, it gives you what they call a dollhouse view. It's kind of like a floor plan, but you're kind of looking from the top down. I think buyers like that. Now, why is this important? Well, it's important because the buyers that are coming to your house probably are not in your town. They're not local. They're somewhere else. They're going to be sitting like me at my desk, or they're going to be sitting in their easy chair with their laptop. Maybe they're at Starbucks on their laptop searching for houses. It might even be at work looking on their computer. Hey, I need to find a house because I know I'm going to move. Well, they need the ability to have something that's both engaging and informative in front of them so they can decide, oh, I want to find out more about that house. So not only do we tell them about the house with the pictures, but they're going to get an idea of what the neighborhood is. They're going to get an idea of what the schools are. You know, what's around, what's shopping, what's entertainment, what are all those things? Why would I want to be in that particular area? So all of that information is put together and presented to people so that, again, they're engaged about your house. Let's see, I'm just kind of looking at my notes up above here through those. Yes. Oh, just so you know, my social media, you want to know, all right, well, they're putting it out there. What does that really mean? Well, that means that over time we have been talking and engaging with people. People have been looking at our contact. I actually have a 30,000 plus, what I will call active, known buyers throughout the country. So these are people that have looked at my ads, replied back to something, either clicked on an ad, clicked on a web page, sent us a text message or maybe a Facebook communication. All of those people we actually have in our database. We're able to create an audience based on that so that we know when we present our ads and all, they're definitely going to see it, as well as new people that we haven't met yet. But that is a pretty big number to be able to say I have, and most realtors don't even have an idea of how to even make that happen. They're not technology people. I just happen to have been a technology person. My first career was a computer programmer, and I owned an internet company, so I was a web developer, did all of that. Now, you know, for the last 15 years, I have been a realtor, been teaching people how to do this, but last 4 years for me, I built my team, and I'm doing all of the stuff that I know how to do to make people successful, doing for myself and my team. So anyway, I hope this video helped you decide that we're definitely a team to work with, and that you reach back out to us and say, come on over and take a look at our house. Let's figure it out. Let's get started and get my house sold. I hope you have a terrific day. Demitri with the Demitri Team.